Dr. Mindy here, and on this video, I'm gonna actually walk you through a fasting protocol I've used with patients to be able to help and repair any gut problem you might have. So in Fast Like a Girl, my new book, it's a first fasting manual that times 6 different length fasts to a woman's hormones. And the third of the 6 fasts that I highlight is what I call the gut reset fast. Now, let me tell you why I call it that. And what I want to do in this video is walk you through how I actually use the science of this gut reset fast, and I pair it to what I call a fasting protocol. So remember that as you fast, the longer you go, the more healing switches get turned on. So it's not like with intermittent fasting, you just start fasting and poof, you lose weight. There's actually more nuance to that. Many people, in fact, I had an incredible conversation with Megan Ramos on the Resetter podcast. She and Jason Fung really used the longer fast to be able to heal some of those really stubborn metabolic conditions. So what I want to do in this video is walk you through what I do with patients to be able to pair fasting and a little bit of a longer fast with a certain food to be able to break. When you break your fast, we also are seeing a whole nother level of healing happening. So you've got healing in the length of the fast, and you have healing in the breaking of the fast. And when you put those two together, you have what I call a fasting protocol. So that's what I'm going to walk through here. So let's start with this idea, is that 24 hours of fasting, we start to see the microbiome on the inside of your gut begin to change. Now, this is super important because what I want you to realize is if you've been on birth control for years and years and years, or you were on multiple rounds of antibiotics, or maybe you have a lot of infections in your mouth, you've had teeth pulled and those infections are draining into your gut, or maybe for years you just ate really bad and you know you need to repair your gut, this is the protocol you're going to want to do. So you want to throw a 24-hour fast because what we will see is those microbes will start to disperse, and the healthy microbes, the good ones that make you amazing neurotransmitters and break down your hormones and regulate your blood sugar, they will start to grow. You know, we talk a lot in fasting about how when you get ketones, it's like fertilizer for the brain. Well, in this 24-hour fast, it's enough of a time period that those microbes start to grow and become more prolific in your gut. And these are the good ones. At the same time, what's happening is the bad ones look around and they're like, hey, this is no longer a place I want to hang out. There's an environment in here that's changing, and the bad ones will start to break down and will get out of you. You might start to notice this as sometimes constipation. Sometimes people will have bouts of diarrhea as they throw this 24-hour fast at their body. And so know that it's because there's this environmental terrain change that's happening inside the gut that is so phenomenal. Now, at that 24-hour mark, what you want to now do is you want to break your fast with bone broth. Now, my vegetarians, hold on for a second here. I'm going to give you a little bit of another idea for you. But I really like bone broth because it has a nutrient in it called glycine. So glycine will start to repair a leaky gut. You know, leaky gut kind of comes in and out of the health world, and it really is an important concept. Because when you have a leaky gut, what's happening is the junction, they call it the tight cellular junctions, they're not tight. And so what can happen is something as simple as undigested food can actually get in between these cells, and it goes into your bloodstream and your body creates an inflammatory response. So stay with me here. Now we go into a 24-hour fast. We're getting rid of the bad bacteria. We're multiplying the good bacteria, and we're repairing a leaky gut. And then we're following that up with bone broth, where we put this glycine in there to create and totally tighten up those junctions. Now you have literally taken a gut that maybe has been traumatized by the modern world from things you didn't know were traumatizing it and hurting it. And in one day, one fast, now you've created an environment where the foods you eat are going to be better absorbed. They're going to be better integrated into your body because you're changing the microbial profile in there and you've repaired that leaky gut. So the magic combo, I promise you, is throwing these 24-hour fasts at it and breaking the fast with bone broth so you get that glycine in there. Now, I know a lot of you are going to ask me, well, how much bone broth? So a cup is great. If you can do 2 cups, that's even better. And then maybe wait about a half an hour to an hour before you actually eat. So some of my patients, what they like to do is they'll do like a noon to noon. So they'll do a lunch to lunch fast. They get that 24 hours and then they'll break their fast with bone broth. It's a beautiful way to integrate it into a busy lifestyle. Now, if you're vegetarian, it's a little bit harder. The best version to repair that leaky gut is truly bone broth. So if you don't have access to bone broth, you can always do like bone broth protein powder. I like Paleo Valley's. But for my vegetarians, you can do fish collagen. There are some sources of fish collagen. If you go to revelationhealth.com, you can find that there. And always, if you put my last name in there, just type in fish collagen or marine collagen, and you can find a fish version of that. Otherwise, there's not as good of a plant resource for glycine. So you might want to do some amino acids. Those will help that, and just take like a perfect aminos in some water. That would be good to break it with. But ultimately, it is the bone broth that is the best way to pair that 24-hour fast with bone broth. So now the question is, okay, you're in your eating window, what do you want to eat? And what can you eat to help with your gut repair? Okay, I got to interrupt this video because I have a free guide for you so you can master fasting. It's called A Beginner's Guide to a Fasting Lifestyle. And all you've got to do is click here and you can jump right in. So there's a lot of debate and a lot of question out there about oxalates, lectins, gluten. You know, why can some people eat these things and not have any problem? And other people, they eat one little piece of spinach and all of a sudden they're bloated. And it really comes down to one key part of your gut immune system, and it's called your T regulatory cells. So when there is a lot of gut dysbiosis, so what that means is that internal environment inside your gut is really mixed up, more bad bacteria than good. You've got a leaky gut. When there is this dysbiosis, if you put an oxalate and eat some spinach, you're going to get a really hyperactive immune response. The body and those bad bacteria go, foreign invader, oxalate, toxin, and it goes and it attacks that, and you get this immune response. And it's an unfavorable, doesn't feel good immune response. So, and it's hyperactive. This is what autoimmune conditions often are, is there a hyperactivity of the immune system. So to calm that down, you want something called T regulatory cells. And T regulatory cells look around the system and they go, wait, oh my gosh, we have a hyperactivity here. We need to bring the immune system down. So one of the ways that we know that we can get these T regulatory cells is through the carnivore diet. This is where I actually throw the carnivore diet at my patients when I'm working with them. And they're having like a lot of bloatedness or they're having a lot of constipation. And then what I will do is do the 24-hour fast, have them break their fast with bone broth, and then have them just eat carnivore only so that we can upregulate those T regulatory cells. So if you have a lot of digestion, that is the version of keto I really recommend that you do. And I know this is tough if you're vegetarian, but if you are really struggling with gut health, please try that length fast with breaking that fast with the carnivore diet. Now, I've done other videos on the carnivore diet, so I'm sure my team will put the links here. But that's for those severe cases. Now, in Flat Fast Like a Girl, I talk about what I call ketobiotic. And ketobiotic is how I eat most of the time. The reason I like it is you're really just switching from man-made processed carbs to nature's carbs. So you're eating meat and you're eating vegetables or you're eating fruit. And with ketobiotic, you're keeping it to those lower glycemic fruits like berries. So most of a given day, that's what I'm eating is meat, vegetables, and some of the lower glycemic fruits. And I keep my carb load around 50 grams. I'm trying to maintain weight. I'm trying to keep myself healthy. So that is what ketobiotic is about, is bringing in some of these foods that our microbiome likes and not dipping into the man-made refined carbohydrates, even the gluten-free flours, even if they're organic. The meat plus nature's carbs really seems to work well. Now, if you eat a salad and you get really bloated, then you want to go more towards a carnivore diet. But otherwise, we want lots of vegetables. I brought Dr. Gundry onto the Resetter podcast, and he and I talked about this, how important, if you have good gut health, green leafy vegetables are really important. We don't want to shy away from them. The only time you would want to shy away from them is if you're continually getting that bloated experience, then you want to put in that carnivore diet. So let me kind of put this all together. I really hope you understand this, that if you want just to have general good gut health, throw a 24-hour fast at it 1 day a week, break the fast with bone broth, and then eat ketobiotic on that day or most days. If you have a severe gut problem, you're going to want to throw more 24 hours fast at it, more bone broth, and you're going to want to really stick to more of a carnivore style keto where you're not bringing those oxalate-rich foods into it, and you're giving your gut a chance to upregulate those T regulatory cells. So it's 2 versions of keto, 1 version of fasting, but you're coming at it from a different angle depending on what you're trying to do with your health. Okay, you're not losing belly fat. I get it. Watch this video so you know exactly how to get rid of your belly fat. So I really want you to remember that cortisol and belly fat, those go hand in hand. So as your belly is growing, it's not always diet related. It can also be stress related.